Hello my loves, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. Oh my gosh, this has been such a highly requested video from you guys ever since I uploaded my I bought a haunted doll video, in which I explained to you guys how I found my haunted doll Ava on eBay and how I bought her and her story and all of that. Everyone has been asking about an update, and I didn't actually upload that video that long ago, but I did buy Ava a while ago. I feel like I've had her, I think roughly 2 months now. I may be a little bit off on that timing, but I have some updates for you guys. One update is that I absolutely cannot get her freaking shoe to stay tied. I will like lace it up so nicely for her. This shoe just stays nice and high and like all tied up, and she looks like a perfect ballerina, and then this side is just like, nope, not today. I think that the biggest update is that I have experienced more, I believe, paranormal things since I got Ava, and since I posted that video. I told you guys that nothing had really happened since I got her. In fact, I felt like it was like abnormally quiet. Usually I feel like I had paranormal experiences every other week, but then I got her and it was almost like weirdly quiet, to the point where I was like, this is almost sort of strange, because I'm so used to hearing bumps in the night and seeing things out of the corner of my eye that like it's kind of common to me now and sort of second nature just to constantly feel haunted and spooked. It kind of felt like everything just hit all at once, and there were a couple of experiences that I've had somewhat recently and that I will not necessarily say are linked to Ava, the haunted doll, but they certainly have happened, and this was sort of after a spell of just like nothing happening for quite a while. By the way, my bun is just slowly but surely like giving up for the day, so excuse it as it just like droops backwards on my head. I think the first thing that I feel like was noteworthy was the piano. So I recently, within I would say the last couple of months, also bought a keyboard, and where Ava is literally right next to the piano. She's on a bookshelf that is next to the keyboard, and I have been hearing the piano playing, not like actual music, but like random keys. And at first I thought it was like my cat jumping upon the piano, and I would come into the room and she would be nowhere to be found, or I would think it was her and then look next to me and she's like literally sitting there. And this happened on multiple occasions within the span of a week, where I would just hear 1 or 2 notes, or like it would sound like something like fell on the piano, and then there would be a pause. This only happened one time. It sounded like something like smashed onto the piano, like several notes played, like someone just slammed their hands down or dropped something, and then there was a pause, and I just sat there. I didn't go and I didn't check it out because I've been hearing this for a couple of days now, and then I heard it again. Like same exact thing, where someone just like sounded like they slammed down on the keyboard. And then I was on the couch, which is relatively close to the actual keyboard, so this was like right in my ear. So after the second one, I whipped up and I looked behind me. No one else was home with me during this particular one. People have been home during the other ones where it's just like a note will go off or something, and everyone will just kind of look at each other like, man, that's so weird. I don't think that the keyboard is faulty either. It's literally brand new, and it's really strange. It will happen when no one is looking, when you're just like all by yourself, and when it can be absolutely the spookiest thing on planet Earth. The timing is just so strange every single time. It's like when you least expect it, or when it's totally silent, it'll just be like bang, like someone like presses down on the keyboard, or one note will go off. And again, like the keyboard was not cheap. It's really, really nice. It had great reviews, and I kind of like looked online to see if this was a common thing, if other people's just like made noises in the middle of the day, but no one's does. And I do think it's somewhat interesting, because that's literally right next to where I keep the doll. So that was one thing where I was like, I don't necessarily know that I can blame that on anything else, or even just like explain it away, because it's not even just like, okay, here's a piano she's literally right next to. It's also the fact that the seller of Ava said that she really enjoyed music. Her music box supposedly goes off all the time. I did not hear her music box go off. Still, I haven't heard that, and sometimes in the middle of the night, like I'll think about how creepy that would be if I just like heard her music box going off, because the seller of her said that that was something that she did a lot. She really, really liked music. Supposedly Ava is the spirit of of a young girl. If you have not seen my original video on Ava, you should probably watch that before this video because this will make no sense. So the piano thing was somewhat interesting to me, especially since I haven't heard her music box go off, that it's right next to her and it's kind of the same sort of thing, like music, you know what I mean? And that's something that she enjoys. So that is one thing that happened. A few nights ago, I don't know exactly when this would have been, but he and I were actually out on a really late night walk. I love just going out and walking, especially like if I think to myself, I haven't moved a lot today, I'm kind of like a puppy, and if at the end of the day, like I haven't gotten my energy out, like I just have to go and like spend it. So I've been like walking a lot, even at 10, 11 o'clock at night. I always have someone with me, you know, it's relatively safe. And so we've always gone walking kind of later, especially here recently. And then the other night, it was really, really weird. This is not paranormal, it's just like a weird thing that happened. We were walking down the road and someone came down in their car and like turned down the street. And when they saw that like we were walking down the street, we were pretty far over on the right side, they intentionally swerved to the middle of the road and almost hit my friend. Like it was like I was farthest over on the street and then he was right next to me, and they like swerved to hit us, and I literally like pulled him out of the way, and it was really weird and incredibly unnerving. And then they turned back around on the street and drove back down towards us with their lights off, and we literally just like bolted for the house and were so freaked out. And it turned out to be someone who like literally is one of our neighbors, and we've seen the car since then, and we didn't call the cops or anything, and I'm still really weirded out about the whole thing because like they didn't actually do anything wrong. They swerved towards us, but how the heck are we gonna prove it, you know what I mean? So it was so weird. Texas is so weird. But that night actually, I said goodnight to my friend and stuff. I was like so shaken up, I went to bed, and then I came back downstairs and he was like, man, you guys were like running around last night, like it sounded like there was a herd of horses upstairs. And I was like, what do you mean? And he said, well, I heard you guys like running around all last night, that you were like playing with a cat or something, because all of our dogs sleep downstairs for no other reason than they're lazy and don't like to go up the stairs. I'm not kidding you guys, they literally just hate going upstairs. So they all usually sleep in the living room. Now our cat is like 11 pounds, so if there was all that noise happening, it wasn't her making it. And I told him that wasn't me, it wasn't anyone else as far as I know. And I asked the other people in the house and they said that they had slept through the night and hadn't heard anything. But my friend downstairs literally heard what sounded like people just running around all night upstairs, and it freaked him out so badly when I told him that we were not running around. There is a motion sensor in the library area of my house, and the reason that I put Ava in the library was I was really interested to see, because that sensor goes off all of the time when no one is in the room, no one is moving, there's no airflow, like nothing is going on. That sensor will go off constantly, and I kind of put Ava in that room just to see if it would heighten that. And it was really strange, like I said, when she first came to the house, I was gonna say came to live with me, but when I first like got her, the sensor stopped going off altogether, and it was just like dead silent in the house. That was the thing when I first got her, was it was almost too quiet. There was nothing happening. And since then, not only has the sensor in the library been going off for no reason, I actually have a panel in my bedroom that shows me where all the sensors are and, you know, things that go off, and it makes noises if you like open doors or windows and stuff. And in the middle of the night the other night, one of the window sensors went off. And it was the one, probably you already guessed this, in the library. So I ran downstairs to go and see what it was, because everyone that I live with like knows that there are sensors, and also that that panel is in my bedroom and that it will wake up Tyler and I in the middle of the night. So no one's ever like careless enough to just like open a window in the middle of the night. There's no reason. So I went downstairs to go see that everything was okay, and the window was shut in the library. It had not been opened, it had not been budged, and my friend who stays with us was asleep, and no one else was awake in the house at this particular moment in time. So I don't know who opened the window, but it was really bizarre and really creepy to actually hear it, like to hear my home detection thing go off and say that the window had opened was just a lot. The other night the whole gang was together, just me and everyone else that I live with. We were all together hanging out, watching a movie, just chilling, like literally on the couch. And I was talking to Tyler, who is directly across from me. And I don't remember what I was talking about. It was nothing serious. It was nothing like spooky or weird or anything that I had any sort of anxiety about. And over his shoulder, I watched someone walk through the kitchen, and it was an extremely tall, pitch black mass. And I have not seen anything like that in a really insanely long time. And I think that I talked about in my I was attacked video how I think that that was what followed me from like my house back in Georgia. Like I think that that is something that has haunted me my entire life because it's something that I feel is very dark. I don't necessarily believe that it's a ghost. I kind of think it's something else, and I've said that before and it really scares me. But I saw an extremely tall black mass, and it walked through the kitchen and literally just like vanished into thin air after I blinked a couple of times. And I just like sat there like totally dumbfounded. And that part I don't necessarily know that I attribute to Ava, but I wanted to report on all of the paranormal things that I have experienced since I got her. So things that I think that might have something to do with her would certainly be the piano. I think that that is entirely plausible. I do think it's really weird that night that we were already all so freaked out because of the car swerving towards my friend and I when we were walking. Sorry, I'm outside and I feel like I keep getting little bugs on the back of my neck. I got bit by something earlier, so if you see me like reaching back there, that's what I'm doing. I keep like feeling things, but I think it's literally just my baby hair. So yeah, I thought it was really strange that kind of things were already sort of like crazy, and then like he literally heard what sound like galloping horses, like people running around all freaking night, and no one was awake. And then the other one that I think could be attributed to Ava is probably the window, because again, it was in the library, the sound went off like letting me know the window was open in the upstairs sort of I don't know what you would call that, like the panel that lets me know what's being opened and closed in the house. And then I came downstairs, it wasn't open, everyone was asleep. It was really strange. I think that I would honestly kind of attribute that to her because that's also something that has never happened before, and it's something that I think there has been like, you know, the system has always just like gone off in the middle of the night, or the motion sensor will go off when no one's in the room, but that has never happened before where it was like Windows 6 open and Windows 6 did not open. So that was really weird. But the black mass, that was like 2 nights ago now, I think, and it really has me freaked out, and I wanted to go ahead and do this update video now and go ahead and like get this out there so that if anything else happens I can like put it into another video. If you guys enjoyed the Ava update and the haunted doll update, give this video a thumbs up. I know you all love the paranormal stories and the paranormal story times, and I love doing them for you. I love that you guys enjoy these videos. And as like much as it's weird that I have so many experiences, and as much as like people don't necessarily always believe them, I like that I can sort of turn it into something positive and bring it to you guys in a video. I like being scared. I love scary things, and as much as I don't enjoy it in the moment of it happening, like certainly the other night I did not enjoy seeing a giant black mass walking through my kitchen. That still really has me freaked out, and I still am not excited about that and very uncertain of what that meant. But I think that it is kind of fun to be able to bring it to you guys because I know that it is an interesting thing, and I think the paranormal is so interesting. It is sort of weird how I used to feel like talking about it as much as I did, it would like make it so much worse, and then for a while it just stopped altogether. It was like a few months span where literally nothing really significant happened. And I say a few months, it would be like I would go a couple of weeks, something really minuscule would happen, and then I would go on with my life and it would be nothing. But now it kind of feels like things are like picking back up. So I will keep you guys updated. I will let you know what is up, what's going on. But I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and say goodbye to Ava. She's going back on the library bookshelf, and this time I'm not freaking redoing her shoe because she can't keep it tied, girl. Why can't you keep your shoelace tied? Ava's gotta get it together, y'all. She freaks me out so bad every time that I look at her. Her face painting just like a lot. So yeah, hope you guys liked it. I will catch you in the next video. I love you all so ridiculously much, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.